welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen, this is Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole, my little corner of the internet where I come to talk to you about cross stitch. It's been about a month since my last Flosstube. I've done 2 unboxings since then, and another one's coming out on Tuesday. This is not a Flosstube. Well, yeah it is, but it's a mid-year WIP parade. I had no intention of doing one. I chucked a poll up on Instagram and lo and behold, none of you are sick of WIP parades yet, so I thought, oh, it's August, I'll just pass the middle of the year, but we'll just do it anyway. So, totally not prepared, as usual, nothing new there. Hang on. Everything I've worked on this year. The blank spots are last year's project started, but everything else was started this year. These are all active projects. I decided instead of dragging the bags of projects that I've got that have 0 progress on them, that you've all seen before, if you go and watch last year's WIP parade, I just show you the things I've worked on or started this year. So it's like a 2025 with a couple of 2024 progresses chucked in the mix. Now, this is my Stitchy planner. My mother-in-law bought this for my birthday. I've added some stickers. This is a game changer for me. At first I didn't really know how to fill it in. That's a stupid thing to say. I knew how to fill it in, but stickers. I wasn't very creative with my layouts, and at the beginning of the year, as you can see, not much stitching got done. Then, and I wasn't really using these either, but it started getting a bit better. I started using these pages, making notes for DMC I needed, or what threads I needed for what projects, like a bit more detail on starts and stuff. And that went on for a while until I started adding more stickers, more washi tape. I even used this one as a Flosstube page. So yeah. Or like for the designs, I'd quickly scribble stuff in. It wasn't until last month, that I started actually getting the hang of using the journal. Yeah, we've gone from literally June being fairly empty to my brain on a page. I realised, hang on, all these highlighters I keep buying, I've colour coded. I bought some more washi tape. That's washi tape from Kim. I thought, oh, make notes of floss tubes. I'll make notes of days out I've been on. Sunday dinner day, a day I've spent doing designing for my shop. So yeah, I finally, in August, figured out how to use a Stitchy journal. I will buy another one. Yeah, okay, there might be a bit of waste in there because I'm not going to retreats or anything, but I'm sure I could fill those pages with something else. Anyway, I'm digressing clearly. But what I did was, as I showed you just now, when I find it, keeping a list of things I've started. So, oh, it's quite a warm sunny day here, so excuse the sheen. One thing that's not written down in here, and I couldn't find what days I did actually work on it, but I am actually working on it, and it will be the first thing I show you, is Epic Pokémon from Lord Liberdun. Lord Liberdun. I've done this. The Q-Snap carry from DNA Geekcrafts gifted me last year in North Wales, and I finally bought my own giant scrunchie. And when I asked my husband what he thought this was called, because I'll never get him on camera to do like the whole Ask Your Husband cross-stitch questions. He went, it looks like a giant scrunchie, and that was without prompting or telling him what Stitch by Liz's husband had called it. So Liz Ross has another giant scrunchie club member. This is like a tarot card design. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it on Etsy. Can't remember the name of the shop, but if you really need to know, I will dig it out and find it for you. But yeah, there is progress on Pokemon. Not much, but watching Stitch by Liz work through her Mickey full coverage and seeing it chunk down and get to near completion, which by now she probably finished it. I might start doing that with this. I really got to knuckle down on this because Lee and Will keep reminding me every time I point out a new project, they're like, Pokemon? So yeah, Epic Pokemon by Lord Liberdon. It's the circle one, so there's absolute a ton of fabric under this. But since having the giant scrunchie, it has made life a lot easier. So that's WIP number 1. But I have, like I said, no notes for it. I'm going to try and remember, well, I've written all the designers and roughly when I started. I'm going to try and start doing some stats with you guys because I know a lot of you really like that. We'll see how it goes. So this is a Made by Me bag with plain vinyl fabric from Fat Quarter Pack from Lidl's, middle of Lidl. This is fabric from Stitchy Ferret. It came in the Christmas box, and it is Book Dragon by Needlelot Designs, and that's pretty much all I've done so far. We've got his head. The fabric is really glittery. It's a lovely grey colour. That seems more red on the picture, but it's more orange on the DMC, so we will see how it comes out, but I still really love him and he's really cute. Plenty of margin on this one. But yeah, it's a lovely coloured piece of fabric. A lot lighter on the back, which is why I went for the moodier side. And lovely big crease lines, because as I said, I decided this morning to put the poll up and I have not ironed a darn thing. So yes, Book Dragon Needlelot Designs. I started this on the 1st of January this year. I'm pretty sure I was enabled to start this by Liz as well. Liz, you're responsible for a lot of my projects this year. But it's fine. The next one then was a start last year, but I've done progress on it according to my journal this year. It is another Made by Me bag. This fabric was from the range. This is when I was learning how to stitch bags, so the lines are not straight. This is Plants and Petrichor from Fine Frog Stitching on a Dyed by Me fabric. This was a SAL. Who am I kidding? This was a start along. Me, Liz, Mel, Girl of Pages and Threads. Loads of people are doing this. That's almost fairly true colour-wise. Sun, please stay out. Clouds, please go away. That's as far as I've got so far. I'm really happy with it, but this I want to knuckle down and crack on with. I'm actually thinking of doing a summer of SALs, like all of August, just working on my SAL projects. So yeah, this is Plants and Petrichor by Fine Frog Stitching. Can't remember when I started it, but now I'm trying to make notes of things. So it's had quite a lot done on it this year. The frame I think I finished when I made a note in my book. So next on my list, I started this on the 15th of February. It's a pattern by Happy Little Mouse and it's Velociraptor skeleton, and I am so close to a finish. I just got all the plants to fill in, to be honest. I've got all the colours for this now. Oh, have I got all the colours, or did I need to order one because it wasn't in stock? I ordered all my threads from Threads for You for DMC. This is using all of the called for. It probably, well, I don't know, I'd probably buy a fancier frame for this, hoop. But yeah, this is on 18 count dark green Ada. I think it's a Zweiger or a DMC base. And yeah, I really, really like that. I've got a couple of these saved in my Etsy wish list. I don't know though. This one, really, really like. A couple of the other ones, I like them, but do I like them enough to do like a load of them? I don't know. But this has been really fun and easy to stitch on. I got most of the skeleton done in like 3 days. So really, if I just knuckle down, I could probably get this done if I just got on with it. So many projects, so little time. Yeah, that was the 15th February. Then, I think this is called Pixelated Perfection. Can't read my hands. It's Tairn and Andarna. And I started this on the 17th of February. Made by Me Bag. Sparkly vinyl. This is on fabric from the Little Loops Grimm's box I had a couple of years ago. I decided I wasn't going to use the fabric for the project that it came with, and it's the perfect colour for these guys. And that's as far as I got. And this is going to have a little andarna here, and he's going to come down here. If I remember, I'll put images in, but I'm going to have to be careful of the amount of space I use, because my tablet gets a bit twitchy after about 30 minutes. And it's going to have the saying, I very so much wanted to be like him. And I'm going to chart that myself. And I think it's the perfect quote for this piece. And the fabric is stunning. That's literally what the fabric looked like. And it's stunning. I love it. So yeah, Pixelated Perfection, Tairn and Andarna. I feel like I'm racing through this. So I'll try and slow down. I love this fabric. I just love this fabric. It's stunning. Neon bats. Next is another Fine Frog stitching project. Court of Crows. My notes are down here if you're wondering why I'm looking down all the time. I didn't take this out of the nerd hoop. Bear with. Move my needle minder out of the middle as well. I've got this in a number 3 nerd hoop in blue, but I want the navy ones. I really want the navy ones. So if anybody knows where I can get the full set of navy ones in the UK, let me know. This is Court of Crows, and just as almost completed, I was working on the crow skull and the bookshelf last night. And bit by bit, I've been doing bits of the frame, and the colour's completely washed out. It's not grey, it's actually purple. Yeah, kind of the colour. But yeah. That way up, Jen. This is as far as I've got. As you can see, it was in the nerd hoop, and I should have taken it out last night and I didn't. This is on a Crafty Kate monthly hand-dyed fabric, and in real life the purple is perfect. But yeah, that flame was really cool to stitch up. That was a really small weekly part as well. If I'd have actually kept up with this, it would definitely be finished by now. The hefty bits are these banners. They're like the chonky boys. Everything else is fairly small. So again, I think during the month of August, I'm going to do like a little rotation on all my SALs, just to get some work in on them. I always lose my nerd because I never look them back together. So there, that's Court of Crows by Fine Frog Stitching. Next is, I did a little bit of work on this, not much. It's in a, I got this from Lollipop Stitchers on Etsy. I love the fabric. I love the pirate skeleton fabric. Slush. If I remember to... Oh, the needle minder was from the Grim box as well. I'm trying to remember to tell you where I get all the bits and pieces from. I'm rubbish at it. So if you see something and I don't mention it, let me know. The next is Burn from... I meant to look up the name of this. I don't have the name of it. I will link it in the description below. I started this possibly the year before last. This fabric was from Kitty Bloom Studio, who's now no longer in business, and it's got bubbles on it. Because if you watch that 70s show, they used to have cutscenes with like big massive flowers and bubbles and stuff like that, or jumping on trampoline and things. It's basically Kelso, and he's got his hand out and it says burn. It's a phrase I use often between me and my friends. So yeah, that one again, it's blocks of colour. I could just sit down and do a portion of the night and get it finished. I could. Right, hang on. Where's that? Right, it's in that. Thing is, I've got projects in different bags because, you know, don't have enough project bags. The next one, keep that with that. Right, leave that there. The next one is by a designer called Lady Stitchicorn, and it's West Pier. And that's all there is of it at the moment. And is that the right way up? That's the right way up. Oh yes, I put my needles up there to remind me of the right way up on these. So far you've only got bits of the sunset. There's going to be a pier along here in black, and it's going to be, that's the edge of it. So it's going to be quite small. I did say when I showed this last that I probably have it done by the next video. I haven't. It's on an 18 count white Ada. It's fairly rough, but it's full coverage, so I don't care. It's just using up some old stash that I have. It's a really pretty design, and it's West Pier from Brighton, that is rapidly deteriorating into the sea and probably is going to disappear in the next 5 to 10 years. It's actually like a no swim zone. It's a home for all the gulls and starlings, and it's like this sort of old gothic romantic-y type of ruin out in the sea of Brighton Beach, that I remember watching burn down when I was a kid, which is really sad because it was an amazing place. But yeah, that's West Pier from Lady Stitchicorn, and I started that on the 16th of May. And I'm going to put it in a small pouch. Next one, this is going to be a restart. I finally decided I've had enough. I don't like the finish on 14 count anymore. I made a ton of progress on this as well. I think this is by Dissent Stitch. It's Men Fear Me, Fish Want Me, or Reverse Mermaid. And I just don't think my stitches sit nicely. And I do like the colour of the fabric, but you could only get it in 14 count, and I've since found a better coloured piece of fabric for this. So yeah, this is going to be a restart. But I have worked on it this year, which is why it's going to be a restart, because I realised I didn't like it. And this is the same fabric that I did the Daisy wedding sampler on, that I gave up on. And I'm pretty sure now that it's the fabric and not the patterns, because I love both the patterns that I've stitched on this fabric. I just don't like the fabric. I'm going to apologise now. I bit my tongue earlier, so if I'm lisping, it's because it really hurts. The next one is, again, needs to come out of my nerd hoop. So, not prepared at all. Just moving the needle minders. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't need to come out of my nerd hoop. I'm just fold everything over. It's the Secret Garden SAL from Historical Sampler Company, and I absolutely love this. It's so beautiful. The colours are just so lovely, and that's about as far as I got. I did really well with the first part, and then I realised I needed 90% of the rest of the colours for this. This is a needle minder from Cotton and Clay that my lovely friend Cheesecake and Cross Stitch Shell sent me. This is a stunning needle minder that my lovely friend Charlie designed for me after I asked if she could do me a little dragon. I have 2 commissions in with her currently. If you haven't been to Charlie's shop, it's on Ko-Fi. I will link it down below. Please go and have a look at all the wonderful goodies that she has. She's an amazingly talented artist, and everybody should have a Charlie needle minder. This is from the advent box I did last year from Stitch Project, I think. It's a autumn fox, because there's going to be a fox in this. And this is a needle minder from Ginger Stitch AU, which the lovely Stitch by Liz sent me. One more stitch. So yeah, this is an absolutely massive piece of fabric that I completely mismeasured. And I'm really sad because, yeah, it's lovely fabric. And I'm going to have loads of offcuts. And it's currently living in this Q-snap. So future me is going to hate past me for leaving her with that ironing task. The magnets on Charlie's needle minders are absolutely amazing as well. Super, super strong. Yeah, so that's Historical Sampler Company Secret Garden, and that just looks awful. And I started that on the 6th of April when it came out. I think it was the 6th of April it came out, or thereabouts when it came out. The next one, I've like done 2 floss tubes since I started this, and I haven't shown it to you. I have a cover photo for this, so I don't need to put a picture in. This I bought on eBay from Lollipop Stitches as well. Samhain Garden Witch. I love this, and I loved it when I saw it. Everybody's showing it from their Big Stitch haul, so I knew as soon as I saw it on eBay, I was like, yeah, I'm having that, and I love it. I have changed the black to a really dark brown though. Look at me making changes. 3371 is what I've changed it to. I've dyed my own piece of fabric, excuse loose threads, and that's fairly true to colour, and that's as far as I've got. So it's most of the skirt. Needle minder from Ginger Stitch AU, sent to me by the lovely Liz, and a Wolfie Stitches needle minder because it's a little cottage. And yeah, this is as far as I've got. Again, as you can see, I leave things in hoops and Q-snaps and nudges, and future Jen's going to hate this because she's got to iron all these creases out, and I'm not going to be able to dampen this fabric because it's hand-dyed. So yeah, this I think I've spent about 3 days on this, and I started it on the 15th of April, and the chart is from the Witchy Stitcher, and I believe it's now available for general purchase. Yes, it is, because Liz has it. And it was a start, me and Liz both started this at the same time. And again, made by me bag, clear vinyl. How are we looking on time? 23 minutes, not too bad. The next one is my row, what I'm calling my TikTok project. I'm basically taking a photo, doing a row, taking a photo, doing a row, taking a photo, doing a row, taking a photo, and then I'm going to clip all of those pictures together with some music, and it's going to be like a stop motion of this being created. That's all I've got to. You can see some stars coming in now. This is Velaris from Nuropixels on Etsy, and it's 100 by 100, and it's basically just a pixelated view of Velaris. I'll put, again, there should be images popping up for all of these. Needle minder made by me, and it's a stack of books with a cup, which has inspired a design I'm currently working on actually. So yeah, that's as far as it's got, and until we're down here somewhere, you're not really going to see much other than sky. Hopefully when I have finished it and I put the video together, it's going to look awesome. We shall see. But yeah, there's not much to tell you about this one. I'm using the cord for. The when I finish this row, I'll be taking a picture, then doing another row, taking a picture. So it's sort of like a row whenever I feel like sitting down and just doing something mind numbing, and it's easy to follow. It's actually a really nice pattern. Won't load into markup though. For some bizarre reason, markup does not like it. So no skin off my nose. I pretty much work from PDFs, and I don't mark anything when I work off paper either. So it's not a problem for me. But yeah, this is on that same weird Ada 18 count. So hopefully when it's finished, it's going to look awesome. And I started that on 27th of April. Hey, I'm getting good at this stats thing. What's next? This was a 2023 start. One of my 13 starts for... Was it 13 starts for Halloween or was it 12 starts for Christmas? I did a video. It's in one of those stupidly named 12 or 13 starts of something. It's Creepy Carolers, and I've made some progress on it. I might even get this one finished by Christmas. Who knows? It's on a greeny grey 18 count fabric from Flosstube. I don't know why I'm like low-key obsessed with this fabric, but it suits the sort of mood of these mini projects really, really well. This was halted because I kept forgetting to order the colours. I now have nearly all of them bar one, so yeah, progress is coming on really well on these. I'm just loving the effects on them. So once this is finished, I'm going to start the next one, and I'm going to finish one and then move on. I'm not going to spread myself across all 6. I'm just going to do one at a time until they're finished. And I think I'll get the wood effect hoops for these as well. I don't know, haven't decided. I really like those like faux wood. Hang on. These hoops. Oh my god, look at the dust. This is behind my desk, so these faux wood hoops. And that's my bell. I really like these for finishes. They're really, really easy. Must remember to dust. But yeah, Creepy Carolers, Lola Crow. Haven't written down the date it was started, but I have worked on this about 4 days this year. Pick up something small, not cumbersome sort of project. I can't remember who... New Leaf Craft. The Beasts SAL. This is as far as I've got. It's a as and when. I think the pattern's actually available now for purchase. But as you finish each section, you message the designer and she'll send you the next part for free, and it's as and when you've got time. This is a really weird fabric, but that's as far as I've got. Again, had to order a ton of threads for this. All the threads I have, and I still don't have a complete collection of DMC. And Pokemon has over 100 odd colours, so you'd think by now. But yeah, this is a really weird fabric. It's really stiff. It's supposed to be a natural linen. I think I got it on Amazon. It's alright. I don't mind working on it. It's one of the few forays into linen that I've done. I'm getting back into even weave now, but I'm more of an even weave Ada stitcher. You never know, one day I might decide, oh, linen is everything, but for now it's not going to be everything. But this does finish nicely on this fabric. So yeah, that's New Leaf Craft, and this was started 3rd of June. And I need to make a note of the designer's name on that because I haven't written it down. Right, that one's first. This one is practically a finish. Again, I need to order colours. This one was totally Charlie Feather's fault. The lovely Charlie, in a group chat I'm part of, sent the screenshot of this freebie from Maria Brovko. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've all been thoroughly voting for me to get this done, and it's Summer Night by Maria Brovko, and the needleminder is from Cape Blanford. I literally just need to order 3 colours and this will be finished. That is literally, I'm literally just missing a brown, a green and the white for the moon. And it's on an even weave that I got from Florashell in the colour lilac, and I think it is a 32 count. I love this. I can't wait to finish this. It's gorgeous. It was a pleasure to stitch, and I 100% recommend anybody go and download this, and free. And it's just lovely. And I've pretty much spent about 4 or 5 nights on this, and just, yeah, really easy pattern to read. There is a ton of backstitch just got to go down the bottom. I always leave backstitch till last. I always hate myself for it, but I still just really enjoy doing the backstitch last, even though it drives me up the wall. I like doing like it's finished and then taking a picture and then backstitch. Now it's finished, and seeing the difference between the two, because backstitch really does bring things to life. So yeah, that needleminder was a free gift from Kate. Because I've ordered, I think it's probably because I've ordered so much stuff of her lately, and it's super pretty. Also drives my husband nuts because my Stitchy light reflects off it. And finally, this is a new start for me. Oh Christ! I've currently, right, oh my God, what a mess! I'm finally starting to use my floss drops and things. These are Cape Blanford floss drops in frosted blue and sparkle silver. I'm taking Charlie I was like, how should I load these up? And Charlie was saying she usually does, I think it's a metre of thread off a master set, and cuts it down to the sizes she wants, and then just chucks them on and reloads whenever she needs to. So I'm adding colours as I go along on this one. Yeah, floss drops all the way. I am loving floss drops at the moment. The 2 needle minders on this at the moment are not, well, one of them's not going to stay. It's just there until my new needle minder from Charlie arrives. And it's Beasts SAL. I had hoped to get the frame finished before part 1. Before part 1? Nope. Again, need some colours to order, but that's the start of part 1, which is a Pegasus for Zeus. That's Coven the Gathering, our 2024 May private retreat with Morty, Carrie, Brom, Joe and Georgie, where we went up to North Wales. And then that is the needle minder from the first summer of stitching box. It was the one closest to hand when I needed something to hold the ridiculous amount of fabric. Now, I'm determined to try and keep up with this SAL. She says, this piece at the bottom is going to be what I restart Men Fear Me, Fish Want Me on, because it's kind of showing. It's a very sea greeny mottled colour, and I think it would look really good on this. This is a Coffee Craft fabric. It is an Ada and it is an 18 count. Yes. Getting better with my margins again. And Carrie literally went, there's this website, and I was like, I know, I just hate wasting fabric. But it did give everybody a chuckle, because it was like, really, yeah, I'm not very good with margins. I'm actually going to have to restart a model stitch. So yeah, this is Divine Beasts. The colours are lovely. I love Needlelot designs, and this is part of the Cato Rancho tier on Ko-Fi. And that, my lovely friends, is pretty much everything currently being worked on this year. I've had quite a few finishes this year for various bits and pieces. I should probably show you this. This is not a Flosstube. I was going to leave this, but I've just realised it's there. I saw this frame in the range and I designed that pattern to go with it. Charlie picked that, Kim Stitchy Squirrel said some waves, and Shell just went, it's amazing, love it. I usually, as always, say pick whatever colours you want. I've done 2 different yellows, and yeah, as soon as I saw this on the shelf I was like, I have an idea, I'm going to design it, and I love it. I have actually stitched this twice because the first lot of fabric I used was 14 count and it was too big, even though I measured and 14 count would have fit perfectly. So that's 18 count. But that's available in my shop now, the pattern. And the frame is from my range. So that's kind of a mini floss tube, mainly a WIP parade, mid-year WIP parade. Who knows where we will be when I do one next January, because I didn't do one last January. If I do one next January, it depends on how much project I make. Project? No. Progress, that's the word. Braining, hard words, difficult. That's it for now. I will leave you there. We're coming up to 36 minutes, possibly the quickest WIP parade ever. Take care. I will aim to film in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to try and do fortnightly videos. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Total distraction. Ooh, shiny. Yeah, I will try and be back in 2 weeks' time. I'm hoping to try and do fortnightly videos because I'm just finding there's just too much stuff to try and show you in one floss tube. Yeah, so I will see you soon. Please like, comment, subscribe. Are you working on any of these projects? Would you like to work on any of these projects? Is there something in one of my videos you've seen that I haven't shown today that you want me to work on or see progress on, or just want an update on? And we'll see where we go from there. I'm literally going to start doing polls on Instagram to try and get help whipping down, because I now have too many whips and half the time I spend hours procrastinating on what to work on. So if I post 2 pictures, you guys can choose in the morning, you guys can choose while I'm at work, and then when I come home, I'll just pick up a project and go. That's the idea. But I also want to do SALs all of August, so you'll be choosing between 2 different SALs every couple of days. That's it from me. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and enjoying the lovely weather we're having. Don't forget, my Ko-fi is open with a ton of new patterns, fan-based free ones, as well as my own personal designs with a bit of a price. There are scissor fobs, beeswax, thread conditioner, and a couple of floss bling, dragon floss bling left, if anybody wants those. I aim to post every Wednesday. I'm still tweaking the prices of the postage. I do try and refund when I've overcharged someone if I can. Yeah, so I'm trying to get it right. We'll see. I will leave it there because I've blathered for about 6 minutes. See you in the next video. Take care, folks. On Tuesday is second unboxing. Make sure to catch that as well. Bye.